A lot of people ask me what it's like to be a first generation Mexican American immigrant. So my parents were born in Mexico and they immigrated to the United States before I was born, and I was born over here in the US. And I had a different upbringing than a lot of kids, a lot of people that I went to school with. I had a lot of friends that were in the same position as I was, but I could tell that I had a different upbringing because my parents they spoke Spanish. They had a different culture than the kids I went to school with, and I had to really assimilate very fast when I was a kid. I remember I was in ESL till I was in third grade, and I was I was speaking Spanish in kindergarten to the teacher, man. It was it was some interesting experiences for sure. When I was a kid, I quickly got thrown into Accelerate and GT programs because I was pretty smart. So got in there. It was ironic because like I mentioned, I spoke Spanish for a lot of my childhood until I was in third grade. And when I got to third grade, I started taking different classes and I started learning more English, and I just got more fluent with English. But for a long time, Spanish was my first language. And I learned a lot from having this bilingual perspective of the world, especially here in Texas. When I was a kid, I actually got to live in Mexico for a couple of years, and I saw that there was not as much opportunity. It was a lot harder it was a bigger struggle in Mexico to make ends meet, and that's why my family decided to come to the United States. And that's why I love this country, and I will always be grateful for this country because it has been a safe haven for my family. And if that wasn't the case, we wouldn't be here right now. So this is a great country. I love it. One of the biggest strengths about being an immigrant is that you have a different type of ambition and perspective for the world. When you get to the United States, you see all this opportunity and you want to take advantage of it. I just wanted to do the best that I could because my parents busted their backs to get over here and to provide me and my brothers a better opportunity, a better life. And I just couldn't do something else. I felt like it was gonna be a slap to their face if I went in a negative direction. I was like, okay, man, my dad, he had to cross borders. He had to come over here to a different country, learn a new culture, assimilate to a different lifestyle. So I'm gonna try my best to do the best for my family. I'm gonna try my best for my dad to make him proud and make my family proud. So that's one of the biggest strengths that the immigrant mentality is, that especially if you have a positive immigrant mentality, is that you want to become better and you want to do the best for your family and actually succeed. The second thing is persistence. We have an idea of what it's like to live in a country that doesn't have a lot of opportunity, and also that doesn't have the same resources and the same advantages that the United States does. So here, we know that it's just a matter of time. If we put in enough effort, if you put in the work, put in the hours of time, you can accomplish whatever you want. It's like the Bible says, whatever you reap, you will sow. And that goes the same with the negative and the positive. If you are fertilizing your soil with negative thoughts, with negative actions, you will reap negatively. And if you fertilize your soil with positive thoughts, positive actions, all this good stuff that's going to make you better, you will reap positively. Cause and effect. Whatever you put out into the universe, you will receive. It's the persistence that comes with putting in the effort, having the resolve, knowing that it will be accomplished and that will take you to different levels. That's a very powerful mentality that I believe a lot of immigrants have as well. The next thing is family. I think family is very important for a lot of immigrants because we have that family cohesion. Whatever the circumstance is, we try to stick together. And I think that family cohesion is very important because you have a family network that can be there for you in the good times and in the bad times. I believe if you have these strong foundations, these strong values of ambition, of persistence, and you have these strong family values, you have a lot of leverage in this country. So one thing that I don't like is a lot of the peers in my age group that don't take advantage of that, knowing that our families struggled so much to get to this country, to give it this opportunity. They still don't put in the effort. They don't actually try. They give 10, 20% and they half-ass it, when if they actually put in their best effort, they can accomplish a lot. And I saw this a lot growing up because in the first stages of my life, I grew up in the hood. And I could actually see a lot of my friends didn't really give that effort, even though I knew that they were very smart and they were very intelligent, but they didn't care. It was like a real nihilistic mindset where they didn't really care what happened, and that's why they got into gangs. They started doing drugs. And I believe that your environment is like an invisible hand that controls your actions and your behaviors. So if you do grow up in a bad environment, it is very important to get out of that environment as soon as possible, because once you get out of that environment, you start to see life in a different perspective, and it allows you to change your behaviors and your actions, your day-to-day actions and behaviors. Good book that talks about this is The Atomic Habits. I think the author's name is James Cleary. But it's a great book that talks about that kind of that dynamic of your environment. Same thing applies for immigrants. I feel like positive, good immigrants are here to work. They're here to look for the opportunities, and they're here to succeed. A lot like my family, we're here to work and we're trying to get things done. That is the immigrant ambition. Immigrant ambition is to work hard, to overcome, to have persistence, to have a mindset of growth, of opportunity and prosperity. If you're new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Until next time, stay strong and keep on conquering. Peace.